What's going on, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Wayne Presents, sponsored by Promarketize. Don't just advertise, Promarketize. As always, I'm your host, B. Wayne, and I'm here today with Regina. What's going on, Regina?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing very well, young lady. You doing okay?
I am. Thanks for asking.
All right, absolutely. So let's get it started. If you would, just give us a little bit about yourself, starting with your age and your location.
Okay, so I'm Regina. I'm 49. I'm in Durham, North Carolina.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, did you hear me?
Okay, so I can hear you now. It's doing a little drag thing, the little lag thing. So we'll try to overcome it. So okay, you with me though?
Yep, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, cool. All right. So you're Virginia, you're 49, you're in Durham. Virginia, how
Yes.
long have you been single?
5 years.
So during that time that you have been single, have you been dating, kind of working on yourself, healing, just enjoying your singleness? What's kind of been the process for you?
Yeah, I've been dating, but no serious relationships, but just dating. So,
So in the time that you have been dating and meeting men, well, first off, how long you've been single for 5 years? How long, if you don't mind me asking, were you in that most recent relationship? Was it at like a long-term relationship or
let's see. So before I was single, so I was married and then we got divorced. So the marriage was a short-term marriage, but we were dating for about 2 years. And the marriage was really short. It's a long story, but yeah. So
okay.
then, so yeah, and so single for 5 years. So
Okay, I dig it. Okay. So
mhm.
as far as marriages go, it wasn't that long of a marriage. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So in the time that you have been single and dating, what have you noticed about the dating world or about men that you found the most surprising or fascinating?
Ugh, wow. I found kind of that the gender roles have switched. That's kind of been the most surprising thing for me. So I'm trying to adapt to that while still trying to be optimistic, hopefully finding a man that has the ability to be more of a masculine male without being, I want to be in a relationship where the gender roles haven't been switched. But that's kind of the thing I've noticed that the gender roles have been switched. That's what I've
So
noticed.
you feel like and we're generalizing obviously, but you feel like men have become a little bit more feminine and women have become more masculine. That's not surprising. That's a not a it's kind of it's a thing. It's a theme that we heard probably, I don't know, I first heard that maybe 10 years ago or so, that gender
Mhm.
roles, and I'm sure it had been progressively occurring, but that was when it kind of became a thing to say that that was going on. Um, so I take it you like very masculine type men.
Yeah, definitely. But that's not
So,
what I typically meet. I meet men who don't have their own place, they don't have a car, they're looking for jobs, it's just all the situations. And I try to be understanding. So I try to not down them for living with their mom, not having their own place. I try to be understanding. I try to not, down them for not having a car. But, I prefer if they do, but so many
okay, so
men don't. But so, you try to be understanding. But
that's interesting because when and maybe this isn't what you meant when you said masculine, the roles have been reversed. I assume that you meant in their mannerisms, maybe their thought
that's,
processes. So
that too.
you're okay. So you're referring to that along with they don't have the the things, the tangibles, the setup, if you will, that you feel a man should, especially at 40 plus.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think that is attributed to? Or do you just like no idea?
No idea. And people say, you attract that type of person, but I don't know what I do to attract that. I have no idea what I do to attract that because I'm not that way. I have my own everything. And so I don't know what I do to attract that at
Okay.
all.
So
So
let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about that. So let's go a little bit in more in depth about you and who you are. So we know that you're 49. We know you live in Durham. So what type of industry you can, if you can tell the industry or what you do specifically for work?
I'm a nurse. Yeah.
Okay.
So I do case management. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what are some of the things that you enjoy being a part of? What are some of the things that make you happy or outside of work? Some of the things that make you feel fulfilled, purposeful, that you just, get pleasure, derive pleasure from doing, participating in.
I love being outside. So any outside activities, festivals. I love horror movies. I love anything to do with animals. I really just like to do activities. I'm not a homebody, so I like to do stuff. I like to travel. I like the mountains. I like the beach. I really like just exploring new things, going places. Yeah, it's just random, spur of the moment things. So,
So
yeah.
you like to be spontaneous. You're a goer. You're a mover. You're a doer. You wanna
Mhm.
make okay. You want to get
Yeah.
out the house. You want to be a part of nature. You want to be one with nature. You can go out there and get friendly with some animals and do some
Yeah.
unusual activities that are outside. You don't want to be
Mhm.
indoors. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you decide to get into nursing initially?
I like to help people. I know that sounds cliche, but I initially wanted to be a trauma surgeon. So I was a paramedic, and then my goal was to be a nurse and then go to school to be the trauma surgeon. Once I did nursing school, I just kind of stopped there. And so that's where I'm at now. So I'm done with school. So no trauma surgery for me. I'm just gonna stay with nursing. So
I
that's what
respect it. I
I'm,
respect
yeah.
it, and I want to say, on behalf to of everybody, men and women, I want to thank you for what you do. We
Thank
appreciate you because when you're sick, for anybody that's been in the hospital, um, it ain't the doctor that's taking care of you; it's the nurses, and especially the ones that are very friendly and courteous and sweet, and y'all work hard and y'all work long hours and you see crazy stuff all the time. And it's a, you're on your feet and it's tough. And I respect you and I appreciate you for what you do. You and all the nurses out there. Shout out to all the nurses and all the first responders while we're at it. Cops, firemen, security, all of you guys on the front lines helping us out and taking care of us. We appreciate you. Um,
you.
so what are some of the things that you feel frustrate? Well, what are some of the things that frustrate you the most when it comes to dating? Is it what we spoke about previously, the gender roles, or is that just what you notice and there are other things that you actually get even more frustrated with?
That and also people wanting to be intimate too early is very frustrating. Yeah, definitely.
They want the goodies.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yep.
What's too soon? What's too soon for the
Oh
goodies?
my goodness. There's a wide range of people who wanted the first time you meet them to a couple weeks. It's there's a wide variety, you know. Some people just don't. It's to the point that it's like if I am on a dating site, it's in my bio that I'm not looking for that. And people still try. So it's it's amazing. Yeah, I mean there's some people who are fine with that, you know, and that's fine, but yeah, it's just not my thing. So it's frustrating when you make it clear that that's not your thing and they still try. So
Do you know why?
I think men are just well, I won't say men. I think it's just some people are just into that, but which is fine. So, you
It's not your thing. It's
know.
not just not you.
Right, right. Yeah.
How long does a brother gotta wait? What I gotta wait? I gotta wait a week, 3 days, 2 weeks,
There's not
3 months.
there's not a time limit. It's just when I'm comfortable.
Right.
So I don't have like a time limit.
I got
Just
you.
when I'm comfortable. Yeah, yeah.
I'm messing with you, of course. I know, and that's
Yeah.
and we know. Number one, there's two reasons a man approaches a woman, whether it's in person
Mhm.
or online. There's two reasons.
Mhm.
One, one, he wants to have sex with you. Two, he wants to have sex with you and only you. There is no
Mhm.
world or realm where a man approaches a woman, and we don't approach women we're not sexually attracted to. Um,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and that's where men are predatory, and people don't like to hear this, but men are predatory, right? Being a
Mhm.
predator, that doesn't mean you're evil or malicious or malevolent. It just means that you hunt basically for your sustenance, right? And our
Right.
sustenance just happens to be between your legs. So
Mhm.
we hunt for it, we set traps for it, we manipulate for it, we lie for it, we will entertain you for it, we'll do whatever we have to do, we'll tell you what you want to hear. We will, whatever we need to do in order to achieve that goal. Now the question is that the only thing on his mind, or is he looking for everything that comes along with being able to say, I'm getting that and nobody else is getting that. I'm getting that and I'm gonna get that for the rest of my life. I'm getting that and I'm also gonna provide for her and I'm gonna support her and nurture her and I'm gonna cultivate her and that's what you have to get to. So you almost kind of have to overlook the fact that you know he wants to have sex with you because obviously, yeah, or else he wouldn't have approached. You almost kind of have to like overlook it. And I don't
Mhm.
respect the time limit. That's very intelligent on your part. It happens when it happens, but you obviously you can't come out and pull your thing out on the first date like, hey, let's get that's not how that works. And I think
Mhm.
as a gender, we become lazy as men. We're just lazy. Like we don't want to put in the bare minimum. Like, Jesus, can you give her 2, 3 times of meeting you before
Right.
you try to get some? And it's
Mhm.
it's it's lazy, it's laziness and it's impatience, in my opinion. But the problem is a lot of that is because there are a lot of women who will let him get it.
Mhm.
You
Right.
might not, you might not let Fred get it the first time, but you might let Tim get it. And you
Mhm.
may not let Bob get it the first time, but you might let Mike get it maybe the second time. And because of that, because we're aware of that you roll the dice, you never know. It's just like, hey, well, why not give it a shot? But there used to be game involved, and the game is gone.
Yeah.
There's no more game, and game was seen as something negative. Game, what's wrong with game? There's nothing wrong with game, right?
Mhm. Right.
We
Yeah.
spit game, and there's the whole cat and mouse thing. It was a game, and we used to run it, and y'all understood it and respected it, and we don't even do that anymore.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the type of dude that you would want to run some game on you. Who is your who is your ideal who's your ideal guy? Who is that dude that you know what? I like this dude. I really who is the person that you could see yourself having something substantial with?
Hmm. You want me to say like a celebrity or
No,
uh
like qualities, characteristics,
okay. Um
yeah, persona.
all right, so someone who has a sense of humor, that's very important because I love to laugh, I love to have fun. Someone who's smart, resourceful. So like if you say something, like if you say, for example, something's wrong, they will help you figure it out and not just say, oh, that's messed up, you know. So, it's someone who steps up to the plate. And someone who's outgoing. Yeah, just I don't ask for much, but even the bare minimum is hard to come by. It's so, so hard to come by. You know, I
Mm.
want I want a man who allows me to be feminine. That's hard to come by. You
Wait,
just
wait. I'm sorry. Repeat that because it was doing the thing
oh,
again. You
okay. A man who allows me to be feminine, yeah, that's hard to come by. Um, so yeah, I don't ask for a lot, but even that is just hard to get. It's so hard. I don't know. It really, really is.
let's talk about that real quick because there's been a lot of talk about, oh, I need somebody apartment that can, put me in my feminine or my divine feminine, this, that, and the third. There's been a lot of talk about that here these last several years as well. What exactly do you ladies mean when you say that? Now, what do you mean when you say that?
Mhm. So typically in my relationships, I have to be the one, I don't want to say in charge, but that dominates relationship, um, who handles things in the relationship and who leads the relationship. And I don't want to be that. I'm not, you know, if something's broken or messed up, I have to deal with it. I have to fix it. I have to take care of it, you know. And I want a man that stands up and does that. But a lot of men don't do that. Something as simple as, ordering the food, or taking the trash out, or, just pumping the gas. Even most guys will sit in the passenger seat and let you pump the gas. It's just like putting air in the tire. It's just the craziest thing. They don't want to do. They don't want to do things. They want to be the female. It's just they want to be the female.
They want to be the passenger princess?
They do. And this is the type of man that I meet. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
Are these guys in y'all fellas, y'all catching strays? Are these the guys in Durham that are like this, or are these guys just in general? Are you meeting guys from outside of Durham as well, like Raleigh, Chapel Hill? What
Yeah.
else is out there? Are you? Is it all over or?
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over. I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably my picking ability. I don't think it's just me though. I don't think it's just me, but I'll admit I probably have bad picking ability. I'll take some of the responsibility, but not all the responsibilities on me. But
Yeah, you got a crappy picker. You
yeah,
need a you need a
I'm
you need a
sure I do.
recalibration. You need a recalibration. That's real talk.
Probably.
Real talk. You might need to like fall back. Like for me, when I need to get centered, I fall back and I need to fast. And my faith, I fast, I pray, isolate
Hmm.
for a little bit and kind of get plugged into the source, right? So maybe
Hmm.
I don't know, I don't know when the last time you've done something like that. Maybe that's something. But honestly, it's you're not the first woman that says something like this. So um
Hmm.
I'm starting to feel like it's a bit of a pandemic. It's
Hmm.
just men not being men. I don't know if it's because you have a generation of us who were raised by strong women and men not being in the home. I don't know
Hmm.
if it's a societal thing. I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's the media has done some type of brainwashing. I don't know if women changed first and then men reacted or responded, or I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. From the women that you've talked to and who are who is noticing similar things, what are they saying? What do they think it's attributed to?
They kind of are just, they feel like it's probably the media. Some of my friends have decided just not to date as well. I personally don't want to be single forever, so I'm more of the friend that's like trying, not just trying not to give up. Where some of my friends are like, I give up. I'm just trying not to give up, but I have like this much left in me before I'm going to be the friend that's also going to give up. I'm just trying not to. I'm trying to like the perfect guy has to be out there, the guy who understands what I'm looking for. And like I said, I'm not asking for a lot, just I'm looking for just a man who won't ask to borrow money, who pumps the gas, who fixes stuff when it needs to be fixed, who, just simple stuff. I don't ask for much. I really don't. I don't argue. I don't nag. I don't play games. I don't test you. I don't do any of that. And it's just amazing that, yeah. So,
Let me ask you a question. And I hate to make I'm not I don't want to make you the face of this, but my homegirl, my bestie actually, um, Ramona,
Hmm.
suggested that I ask just to get in a dialogue because I like to get into politics and socioeconomic and pop culture, talk a little bit about everything. And I asked, what was I talking about? It was a racial thing. It was a racial topic. I'm curious. How do Black women, I assume that you're Black. I'm not, it's an assumption because you might be, you know, you might not be, you could be of
Hmm.
several different races or ethnicities. I assume that you're a
Right.
Black woman. As a Black woman, what is are you ladies noticing this with Black men only or men in general? Are you dating outside of your race? If not, why?
Yeah, dating outside of my race. The last guy I dated was in a relationship, but we dated. He was Indian. Same thing. Same thing.
Hmm.
So like Native American Indian. So yeah, same thing.
It was not just Black men.
Nope, not this black man. He lived with
I'm
his
actually
mom.
I'm
Same
I'm,
thing.
I'm actually glad to hear that. Hey, the way rent is, I wish I could live with my parents too, but yeah,
Yeah.
nah, I because rent is out of control. Um, but okay, all right. Okay, so the goal, the key is to find men, and these are men in your age bracket, I assume, right? These are not
Mhm.
these YNs, these young Negroes you talking about. This is okay,
Nope.
okay, all right. So we're looking for the men who know how to be men. Um, that have your own the basics, fellas. You got your own vehicle, you got a place to stay. She never said it had to be, you know, $1 million home, but do you have a place you can rest your head that is yours legally? Do you have a way to get from A to B? She didn't say you got to have a Benz. She, you don't have to have, a Ferrari. Like, do you have a vehicle? Um,
Right.
are you taking care of yourself, and do you know how to take care of your lady? Can you go pick her up? Go to work when she's, at work. Go pick up her car, take it to get, put some air in the tires, get the oil change, bring it back to her with some food. Do you know how to, can you pump the gas? Like Jesus, when I see women and the God, when I see women in a car pumping gas, and I see a dude on the inside sitting there, my first instinct is to walk up to her and try to take her from her man because I have no respect for you as a man if you got your lady out there pumping your gas. You
Hmm.
can't do nothing to me. I should take your woman from you because you don't know what to do with her. But
Right.
as long as that's something that y'all tolerate as women, the first time that you have to get up and pump your own gas, the first
Yeah.
time you got to put air in the tires, the first time you see this dude isn't hitting on nothing, y'all, you should exit stage left. And a lot of y'all don't do that as you should.
Hmm.
You need to have conversations with these guys as you meet them to determine his character,
Hmm.
his sense of honor and integrity, his level of maturity. But
Right.
instead, y'all are so worried. A lot of women are so worried about how much money he makes, how much swag does he have, what kind of job does he have, how big are his hands, like, and whatever. That's fine. But when you end up with what you was looking for, don't complain
Hmm.
about what it turned out to be because you was looking for the wrong stuff. So, and I think
Yeah.
that is the aggravation and the frustration that I think a lot of men have with you ladies. So just like a lot of ladies are frustrated with men, a lot of men are frustrated with women in dating because of what quality, capable, kingdom/high value men. When I say high value man, I mean a good brother who knows how to take care of his lady. I'm not talking about status. I'm talking about a good guy who's a kingdom guy, who's mature and intelligent and capable and a quality dude that you can introduce to your mom and dad and you can have around your kids. And he's just a good guy who knows how to take care of his lady. That's what a high value man is to me. When you see what, how these women operate, it gets frustrating to them as well. And so a lot of them are just like, you know what? And so I want to try to see how we can figure out how to bridge the gap. And I haven't figured it out yet. Do you have any insight on how we go about doing that?
Goodness, I would love to know. Yeah, I would love to know. I would love for my exes to say what issues I have, because I don't think I'm perfect, but I don't know what issues I have, I think I'm a good girlfriend, I really do. I think I'm old fashioned, I love to take care of my man. I love to cook for him. I love to have his clothes ready. I love to be his peace. You know, um, I don't
So
expect him to.
you're not one of them that they're talking about. That's not your thing. You are the typical traditional, like, look, if you want a good chick, that's you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think he should pay for everything all the time. I think I should treat him as well. I don't, yeah, definitely. I'm the type I don't mind us taking turns paying for stuff. I'm not the type that feels like he should pay for everything all the time. I like to surprise him with stuff so yeah, I think, um, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
It's,
We're gonna figure it out.
you know,
I'm glad that you're not gonna settle. And I'm glad that you haven't given up because there are good,
mhm,
decent men out there, just like you, like, bro, I'm a good dude. I pay the bills. I take care of my woman. I work hard. I pray and, I may not go to church all the time, but I pray and I'm respectful and I'm honorable and I have purpose
mhm,
and I want a woman to cultivate. And there's dudes like that out there who are
mhm,
just like, yo, and they're coming across women that are making y'all look bad, just like y'all are coming across guys that are making those good brothers look bad. And we have to figure out a way to calm the noise of the toxic people who don't need to be a part of these type of conversations because they spewing toxicity and they're not looking for something significant and substantial and get to the people who like yourself and your male counterparts who are good decent people that are just looking for somebody to share their lives with and I think it's
mhm.
doable and I think it's possible. We just have to figure out, we have to provide the channels to make it happen. I'm gonna get ready to get you up out of here on these. To the ladies, what would you like to say to the young ladies out here? Anything that you want to discuss pertaining to women, it could be whatever. So a cause that you support, a belief that you have, anything that you want to share.
Mm. Just keep your head up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It probably doesn't seem like it, but I'm sure there is, and I'm gonna find it, and I will. Yeah, there is. We just have to work through it. We'll figure it out. There is
To,
though.
to the
Yeah.
fellas out here that are listening right now, to toxic and non-toxic alike, what do you want the men to know from the ladies, or what do you want to say to that young man that might be out there watching that might be interested in getting to know you?
Uh, um, well, to the toxic ones, yeah, keep it going. But to the non-toxic ones, um, yeah, yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, just I don't even know. I'm speechless. I do thank you for this opportunity, though.
The
So
pleasure was mine. Take your time.
yeah,
We got time. It's a
yeah,
podcast. Hey, it is what it is. Take your time. There's a good dude out there. There are good brothers out there that are frustrated. There are good guys out there that are losing patience. They're losing hope. They're losing faith. There are good guys that would like a shot at a quality, young lady such as yourself. And
mhm.
they're thinking that there's none left. What would you want to say to them?
There are good women out there. I can definitely attest to that. I am a good woman. We are out here, and definitely don't give up. And just if you are questioning, I know I mentioned I kind of skimmed over my marriage situation. So that was with my best friend of 18 years. Um, so I did settle in that situation. So just in case you're wondering with that, I went into that situation hoping he would be the right one after him liking me for 18 years, me not liking him, and hoping it would work just because of all that time, still not finding the right person and settling, of course, it not working out. And then, so the marriage was, like I said, very short. I couldn't deal any longer. And so I ended that because it was just like not good. It was a toxic situation. So I ended that. So that's what ended up happening with that. So if you're wondering, but yeah, there are good women out here. Like I said, I am a good woman. I've never cheated. I've never done anything like that. So yeah.
Keep your heads up.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep your heads up and don't give up. I know it's hard.
So
I
the
know it's
toxic
hard.
dudes, all the toxic dudes that may be listening, keep it moving. Don't want nothing to do
Yeah,
with y'all.
keep it moving.
To
Keep
the
it
mama's
moving.
boys and the sissy men and the dudes that don't know how to treat a woman and all you dudes that make your lady or have your lady pumping the gas while you sit in the car, I have no respect for you. And if I see you somewhere, I'm gonna try to take your girl. And I'm not the
Yeah, as
and
you
I'm one of the and
should.
I'm a good guy. And so if I'm thinking
Mhm.
like that, you can't even imagine what some of these dudes out here. Somebody's gonna
Right.
take your girl from you because you're weak. Because
No.
that's not respectable.
Mhm.
We don't
It's
respect
not.
that. Act like a man,
It's
conduct and
not.
carry yourself like a man, and you will get a quality and capable feminine woman such as this young lady right here. Regina, thank you
Mhm.
so much for your time. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure,
Absolutely.
dear.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care, and I will talk to you
Mhm.
soon. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye.